What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cheese Lord, and today we are back with another Madden 26 video, and a really cool one at that, because today we have redrafted the 2022 NFL draft class. Not only do we redraft it, we redrafted it by overall, which makes it really interesting. As you can see, the Jaguars with the first overall pick took Trey McBride at tight end, and listen, the Jaguars might not normally take a tight end in this situation, but he was the highest rated at a 97 overall, so he is who they took. We went from 97 and then we went to 96, and the next team had their choice between all the 96s, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, and I did the top 100 draft picks. So let's real quick go through all the players and see where they ended up. Of course, Trey McBride went to the Jaguars. Trent McDuffie went to the Lions with the second overall pick. Kyle Hamilton went to the Texans. Aiden Hutchinson went to the Jets. Sauce Gardner went to the Giants. James Cook also went to the Giants. They had a very good draft class. Drake London went to the Panthers. Derek Stingley went to the Falcons. Kirby Joseph went to, just by the way, everybody's healthy, so Kirby Joseph will actually be playing. Nick Bonito went to the Seahawks. Kyron Williams went to the Rams. Tyler Smith went to the Lions. George Pickens went to the Eagles, which is crazy. By the way, this is a lot of the times this happens when a team just has one option left, and that's what the Eagles had. They had the last pick of the 88s, and they had to take George Pickens. Zach Tom went to the Texans. Brandon Aubrey went to the Chargers. Kenneth Walker went to the Commanders. Tyler Linderbaum went to the Ravens. Chris Olave went to the Titans. Garrett Wilson went to the Saints. Nate Landman went to the Bills. Devin Lloyd went to the Packers. Bernard Ryman went to the Steelers. Breece Hall went to the Chiefs, which is crazy because this should have happened in the actual season. Jalen Petrie went to the Cowboys. Jamison Williams went to the Ravens. Luke Goedeke went to the Packers. Jaquan Brisker went to the Jets. Leo Chenal went to the Jaguars. Deron Bland went to the Packers. Terrell Bernard went to the Bengals. Alec Pierce went to the Titans. Brock Purdy went to the Vikings. This was one of the worst quarterback classes in the NFL history, and the one quarterback who was able to get moved was Brock Purdy, who went to the Vikings. And yes, that does leave Mac Jones as the 49ers quarterback. Christian Benford went to the Chiefs. Charles Cross went to the Buccaneers. George Karlaftis went to the Patriots. Wan'Dale Robinson went to the Jets. Jordan Davis went to the Giants. Cam Dicker went to the Ravens. Kyler Gordon went to the Texans. Khalil Shakir went to the Falcons. Cam Taylor-Britt went to the Seahawks. Marcus Jones went to the Texans. Quentin Lake went to the Bears. Jalen Warren went to the Vikings. Jake Ferguson went to the Seahawks. And that's all that is going to let me go down for this one. And to be honest, I do not want to go all the way back through every single position, but that is our notable. That is most of the 80s. And that was probably about 3/4 of the players that I moved. So without further ado, let's go ahead and sim this season and see how it goes. Here is your playoff bracket. The Ravens and Rams lead their divisions and their conferences. Meanwhile, the Broncos, Colts, Patriots, Giants, Lions, and Buccaneers lead their divisions, with the following people being in the wild card: the Bills, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Eagles, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. Here are the records for the NFC. I think the notable ones, obviously the Giants being 12-5 is absolutely absurd. Green Bay being 8-9 is a little bit of a shocker. San Fran being 9-8 and being at the bottom of their division is kind of crazy. And the Cardinals being 10-7 is a shock. In the AFC are shocking records. The Jaguars are only 5-12. The Jaguars had the first overall pick, and they had their tight end, which is not great. Houston is 6-11, which is shocking. The Chiefs are only 7-10. That's with Mahomes too, which is kind of shocking. Bengals are 6-11. Oh, Tomlin is 9-8 once again. Who would have figured? The Ravens are 15-2. That is nasty. So let's check out how this playoff bracket's gonna look. We'll start off with our first AFC game. The 2nd seed Broncos, led by Boye Mafe, playing the 7th seed Steelers, who are led by Bernard Raymond. And this game is close. A 3-point game. Denver leads, and they're just gonna try and run out the clock. But as you can see, RJ Harvey isn't going anywhere. Steelers take their second timeout, and we're already looking at a possible upset. One stop is all it takes. One timeout is all that remains. 3rd and 6. Bo Nix is looking to pass, pressured, has to roll, throws, nearly intercepted. And the Steelers are going to have the chance to drive and get a field goal. They have one timeout and a working offense led by Bernard Ryman. 3rd and inches, a gigantic play. Rodgers will throw, 0 timeouts, corner of the end zone, incomplete. 4th down, we're going overtime. So the Broncos will run this one into overtime in the first playoff game of the year. It is a close one. Steelers looking for a comeback. So Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers will receive at the overtime, and they have a chance to try and put this one away. Gainwell the back, 3 receivers out wide, 1 tight end. Rodgers throws, looks, Thielen once again, touchdown. Broncos have 2 minutes to recover. Knicks has 2 minutes and 11 seconds to respond. It'll be tight, but they need to score a touchdown to force double overtime. 2nd and goal for Knicks. No running back. He's going to look to run for it, and he's going to waltz in, doing what Aaron Rodgers can't do. That's a tie ball game, and that's double overtime. Sudden death wins. 1st and 10. Gainwell up the middle, gonna shake a tackle and move for 4. 2nd and 6. Steelers are going for a field goal. I think this would end it right here. It's gonna be iced for Boswell. So this is for the playoff game. If Boswell makes this, then the 2 seed 13-4 Broncos are going home, and the 7 seed 9-8 Steelers are moving on. Slow-mo, chip shot, good. The Steelers are moving on to round 2 of the playoffs. So let's transfer coverage over to the next game of the playoffs, which is going to be the 2 versus 7 seed in the NFC. Next up, we have the 2 seed Giants playing the 7 seed Seahawks. And I just want you to look at those top 3s, because out of the 6 players, 3 of them are people that we moved. Nick Bonito is on the Seahawks, and Sauce Gardner and James Cook are on the Giants. This should be legendary. No upset here, as the Giants will take over the Seahawks 17-10. We didn't hop into this one because it was a very late touchdown and a failed onside kick. So next up, the Cardinals are heading into the Lions. The Cardinals are led by Kobe Durant, and the Lions are led by Trent McDuffie. Let's get into it. And the Lions will take this one home once again. It was like a last-second touchdown to bring it from 10-3 and a failed onside kick, which means that the Lions are going to move on, something that they wouldn't have imagined doing at this point in real life, where they are eliminated, and the Cardinals are like one of the worst teams in the league. So now we move to the Chargers at the Colts. The Chargers are led by Brandon Aubrey, and the Colts are led by Ikem Ekwonu. Let's hop in here and see how they fend. This game is hot. The Colts just scored a touchdown, taking the lead 16-13. So we're going to hop in here with 4:19 left as Herbert gets it out quick. 2nd and 9, a little over 2 minutes remain. Motion from Quentin Johnston. Throw to him. Incredible block from his fellow receiver, and Quentin Johnston takes the lead. 4 points with the extra point. Chargers could be hosting an upset here. Look at that block from... Oh, is that Aronde Gadsden? 2 minutes remain for Daniel Jones, who was able to bring his team to the playoffs this time at a 12-5 record. If he didn't get injured, maybe this is what would have happened. 3rd and 1 for Jones. Quickly out to Taylor. Wide open in the flat, and Taylor has a touchdown. Indianapolis goes up by 3 with 29 seconds left. A miraculous drive orchestrated by Daniel Jones and carried by Jonathan Taylor. They have the best kicker in the NFL, so they can do it. Herbert finds a way, slips it in between a bunch of DBs. 1 timeout left, and they might already be in range with Aubrey's leg at the helm. 32 plus 18 is 50 for Aubrey. Should be light work. Up. We are going into overtime. Can you believe it? One of the most important draft picks is kicker, and that's exactly what they do. Chargers win the toss, and they elect to receive. Chargers offense will come out 4th and 1. They need to get this, or else the Colts have a chance to put it away. Herbert under pressure, throws incomplete. Zaire Franklin on the coverage. He got hit when he threw, and it was into the turf. The Colts just need a field goal to put this one in the coffin. The story of Daniel Jones this year has been nothing but incredible. Let's see if he can put the Colts into a deeper playoff run than they're already in. He's going to start with a play action as Jones looks, throws over the middle. He's got his man, Josh Downs, for the first down to put the game away. I don't know who the kicker is at this point because they've had 4 this year. Iced kicker for the game winner. Everything comes down to this for the Colts season. Slow-mo cam. looks good, has the distance, and has the accuracy. The Colts are gonna move on. Spencer Schrader bangs it through the uprights. Next up, the Bills are going into New England to play the Patriots, a divisional matchup which we could actually see this year in the playoffs. Both matchups in the regular season were awesome. The Bills are led by Nate Landman, and the Patriots are led by George Karlaftis. Let's see who moves on. Little over 2 minutes left. The run game is good, but it did burn a lot of clock. May has time to do anything, as Diggs will reach forward and get 5. 1st and 10 for May. Looks to throw, gets it out, and he's got a, oh my goodness, Pop Douglas makes a move, and he's got a touchdown. Rearranging, I believe that's Hairston, the DB, and he's got himself a score. New England takes the lead. Pop Douglas just did a nasty spin maneuver to get around the DB. Look at that. The Bills need a touchdown to take the win now, and they have 1 minute and 46 seconds. 2nd and goal. Allen looks to throw quickly out. Uncovered is Keon Coleman. Bills look like they're going to win it now. An unbelievable drive from Josh Allen. Here's the scoreboard just so you can see it. It's a 3-point game with 19 seconds left. 1st and 10. May looks to throw 2 timeouts, has all day. He's going to run, throw. He's got a man. Hunter Henry again. 7 seconds left. And they're going to go for the tie. Bills can't ice them. The rookie, Bora Gallus, to put it away. He does. We're going to overtime. So the Bills will receive in overtime. 2nd and 5. The Bills are, I believe, chewing clock. Hopefully that doesn't mean I'm going to have to wait another 15 seconds. I'm not. 2nd and 5. Allen quickly out to Brandon Cooks, who's got the touchdown. 7-point lead in overtime. Patriots have 1 minute 30 to tie it up. 1st and 10. 14 seconds. 1 timeout. May looking to throw out. He's got Stephon Diggs. We're going into double overtime. And they're going to go for 2 to end it here, actually. No double overtime. All or nothing. May to Diggs. Caught. The Patriots are going to move on and beat the Bills. Our final wildcard round, which is crazy because I know this video is already so long. I know it's going to be an absolute heater, is going to be the Eagles against the Buccaneers. The Eagles are led by George Pickens, and the Bucs are led by Charles Cross. Let's hop into it. No contest. Philadelphia hosts an upset, and the Buccaneers are going to go home. Philly moves on to the divisional round, where hopefully we get a couple of quicker games. Here's a look at our divisional round. The 1-seed Ravens playing the 7-seed Steelers, 3-seed Colts playing the 4-seed Patriots, the 1-seed Rams playing the 5-seed Eagles, and the 2-seed Giants playing the 3-seed Lions. We're going to hop right into this one. Right where the Eagles are going to march into Los Angeles and play the Rams. The Eagles, as we know, are led by George Pickens, and the Rams are a really interesting team. I don't think this happens for any other team. But the Rams are led by nobody. They had no top 100 pick in this draft, which is kind of crazy. So let's hop straight into it and see if they can prevail. We're going to hop in here with 3 minutes left. 2nd and 2. Down a touchdown is the Rams. We're going to see what they could do. By the way, no running back. That's Blake Corum breaking into the 2nd level. I forgot they had Blake Corum. He's a great back. 2nd and 9. Stafford looks to throw. Moves around the pocket on the run. Throws a dime. Devontae Adams. Oh my goodness. Through contact, he brings it down. The red zone threat throughout the year. Probably the best red zone receiver in the league. Gets an absolute heave. I need to see this again. Perfect ball placement, and he just eats the hit from Cook and gets tackled into the end zone. 3rd and 2. I'd love to see some George Pickens action here. That would be great. Hurts will look to throw. Steps up, and he's going to run for the first. He's got it and a lot more. He's got it to the 41. 3rd and 9. If they don't get the first, they can try and get close enough for a field goal. Hurts looks to throw all day once again. Sideline is the tight end Goddard, and they have a field goal range. 4th and 6. Elliott kick up and good. 3-point lead, 25 seconds left, but we have seen some insanity happen here. On the 50-yard line, a Hail Mary for the game, which is on the line. Stafford looks, and here it comes. One chance to move on. Oh my goodness, off the hands of the tight end, and the Eagles are gonna move on. Their 2nd upset of the video. The 1 seed Rams are going home, and the Eagles will move on and try and get back-to-back Super Bowls. So the 1 seed Ravens are going to be playing the 7 seed Steelers, a divisional matchup which are always wonky. The Steelers are led by Brent Ryman, and the Ravens are led by Tyler Linderbaum. Let's get into it. 2nd and 8. I thought that they were all lined up in the backfield. Lamar Jackson throws. Tight window to Flowers, and he's got it right outside the red zone. Timeout, Pittsburgh. Play action. Jackson looks. He's going to sling it out to Henry. Breaks the tackle, and he's got a touchdown, the first of the game. Oh my goodness, Derrick Henry, at 31, I believe, years of age, is still able to truck through grown men. So Rodgers will have 1:23 and 0 timeouts to try and drive down and get a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the long haul for the Steelers, trying to defy the odds and get a touchdown. Rodgers looks to throw, steps up, and he's got Austin, who gets cracked after getting 9. 4th and 5. This is the game and the Steelers season on the line. Rodgers looks to throw, big blitz, uncorks it again. It's contested and incomplete. The Ravens will move on with a knee. The Ravens will move on to the AFC Championship, and we'll see who they meet right now. The Patriots are going into Indianapolis to play the Colts in a game that nobody thought that these two teams would be in the playoff this year. I had the Patriots being near the bottom of their division, and the same with the Colts. I had them at the bottom of their division early in the year, and we're going to see this absolute star-studded matchup. George Karlaftis is the leader of the Patriots. Meanwhile, Ike Ekwonu is the leader of the Colts. Let's get into it. Here we go. 3-point game. The Patriots are down, and they have 2:25 to get in range. May rolls out, checks it down to Henderson, who is going to get 5. 2nd and 5. It's going to be a handoff to Gibson up the middle. He's got a nice lane and a first down. His first rush of the game. 3rd and 10. May just threw 2 very interestingly thrown balls. 3rd and 10. May is going to throw again. Looking, rolling. May off his back foot to the end zone. Contested. Oh my goodness. Antonio Gibson just caught it on top of Jermaine Pratt's head, and he's got a touchdown. Patriots take the lead with 1:22 left. May just threw one of the best balls of the season off his back platform, about 50 yards in distance. Are you kidding me? And the catch contested through a linebacker's tackle from a running back. Are you kidding me? 1st and 10 is going to be a play action RPO, actually. Tyler Warren has it. He's going to slip a tackle, and Tyler Warren is going to rampage to the 28-yard line. But he just destroyed an offensive lineman. 4th and 20, no timeout taken. Jones looks to throw, uncorks. Oh my goodness, completed, timeout taken. The Colts still have a chance. Running is not an option here. 1st and goal. Jones throws. He's got downs, and he's got a touchdown. Indianapolis is going to move on unless a Hail Mary keeps them from going. 1 shot to win the game. May is going to step back. Has all day. Now it's starting to run out. Just tosses it up into the crowd, and it is caught. Oh, it's popped out. Wouldn't have been a touchdown either way. And the Colts are going to move on to the AFC Championship to play the Ravens. Let's see who's going to finish off the NFC playoff picture. This insane Giants team versus the Lions. The Lions have Trent McDuffie, and the Giants have the 2-headed monster, Sauce Gardner and James Cook. Let's see who's going to make it to the final round of the playoffs before the big bowl. Boy, did I want this Giants team to succeed, but they just simply didn't. The Lions move on to the NFC Championship 21-15. That 15 points was just the last-second touchdown, 2-point conversion. And let's go to the AFC Championship game. The AFC Championship game, let's hop into it. The Ravens are going to be playing the Colts. Tyler Linderbaum is the Ravens, and Ike Ekwonu is leading the Colts. Let's get into it. 3rd and 11, Jackson looks to throw. Haves, he's got Bateman, but he doesn't have enough. That's going to have to be a punt. 2nd and 3 on play action, rollout, dump off. He's got Tyler Warren for the first down. 1st and 10, Jones looks to throw, has time, gets it out, and that's Michael Pittman Jr. down the sideline and to the 42-yard line. 3rd and 7, not in field goal range. as Jones has to realign himself in the pocket. This game is so dumb. But 3rd and 7, a minute 30 left. Jones looks to throw, maneuvers the pocket, goes deep. He's got his man for the touchdown. Who is that? Who are you? I saw him in like a highlight earlier. Who is this kid? Juju Smith-Schuster. I guess he was a free agent, and now he's making a gigantic impact in the playoffs. Ravens have a minute and 16 seconds and 3 timeouts, led by Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. They've Ike Mekwonu on the offensive line. It'll be a handoff to Henry, and he's got a big hole trucking through people to get 9, a timeout immediately. 3rd and 4 after Lamar Jackson got shoved into the dirt on a read option. It's going to be a pass, pumps, throws. He's got his man, Rashad Bateman, to the 50. Tempo for the Ravens on 1st and 10. Jackson looks, heaves one deep. He's got Flowers, and he's got himself a touchdown. Ravens tie it up with 46 seconds left on the clock. Zay Flowers, with his blazing speed, gives the Ravens a fighting chance. 1st and 10. Daniel Jones has 3 timeouts at his disposal. He's going to look to pass on 1st down. Goes deep over the middle. He's got Tyler Warren, and he's already almost in field goal range with Spencer Schrader. Jones looks to throw on 1st down. Has time. He's going to go deep, contested off the hands of Smith. Roquan Smith just got 2 pass deflections. One, I guess, was after the catch. It was a breakup. 3rd and 10, though. Jones looks to throw, goes deep. He wants it contested, incomplete. 4th and 10. I think they have to go for this. They're going to punt this ball away and hope for overtime. 2nd and 10. I think they look like they're going to go for a Hail Mary here, even though they could just go with like a quick 20-yard catch. But it is going to be a Hail Mary. Jackson will send it to the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. Here comes overtime. Colts will receive in the half. Here we come. Or not in the half, in overtime. A big return out to the 33. 1st and 10. Jones looks to throw, gets it out to Pittman, and he's going to fight to be within inches. 1st down. Jones is going to hand it off to Taylor, who's got a lane up for 6. 3rd and 7. Jones looks to pass. Let's see if he can find something. Pressure, just heaves one up. Incomplete. And they're not even going to go for the field goal. They're going to punt this ball away. And now the Ravens have a chance to put it away. 3rd and 2 for the Ravens. A big play here, because at this point it is sudden death. First to score is the first to win. Jackson looks to throw, gets it out to Andrews, and a leaping catch and a broken tackle gets him to the 30. 2nd and 10. Jackson slings it over to Andrews, who's going to turn the corner and make it to 1st and 10. 2nd and 1. Jackson looks to throw. He's got Andrews, and he's got that to the 6. 3rd and goal. A field goal does end it. Jackson just can't take a turnover, and he's got a touchdown. There we go. The Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. Is 82-70 I gave them? No, I don't think. Oh, that is Jameson Williams. I forgot they had him. The speedster wins the game for the Ravens. So let's go to the NFC Championship. The NFC chip is between the Eagles and the Lions, 2 of the best teams in the NFC, even though the Lions didn't make the playoffs this year, but we can just disregard that. It is led by Trent McDuffie on the Lions and George Pickens on the Eagles. Let's go. 2nd and 6. It'll be a play action. Jared Goff steps up, gets it out to Gibbs, who's going to fight for the 1st, and he's got it. 2nd and 3. Goff looks to throw, has all day, throws deep. He's got his man. That's Khalif Raymond once again. Minute 30 on the clock as the Lions are trying to bring it down. Goff looks to throw, incomplete to Tesla. 4th and 8, the biggest play of the game, as this is life or death for the Lions. Can they move on? Goff throws, complete. That's Tesla. He needed another yard to get into the end zone, and that's his specialty. The rookie will bring it within breathing distance for the Lions as the 2-point conversion could tie it. I see a wide open Gibbs here on the 2-point on the outside, and Goff will not throw it to him, and it's put in the dirt. The Lions are most likely out of this. They need a quick turnover on the Eagles, so let's see if that's what happens. Read option. Hurts looks to take it, and he's got the 1st down and a lot more. Staying in bounds and trucking forward. 1st and 10. Handoff to Saquon, and nobody is even near him. What are the Lions doing? So this game is over, and now we go to the Super Bowl. So here is the Super Bowl. The Eagles versus the Ravens. The game for the season. Tyler Linderbaum and George Pickens. Let's not waste any time and hop right into it. All right, so let's go through this together, because we need to see this will happen. If it's close, the Eagles start off with a score. They double it up. Then the Ravens will retaliate with a field goal. Eagles will get another touchdown, and it'll be not even close at half. Ravens bring it within reach, and I think that this game is probably over. Yep, Eagles are going to run this one out and almost put up 40 on the Ravens. That is absurd. And the Eagles will go back to back. George Pickens, the big addition. They actually had a bunch of minor additions as well. And those Eagles are going to keep flying, and Philadelphia is once again going to get burned down because Eagles fans are maniacs. So the Eagles obviously beat the Ravens. Brian Cook is going to be Super Bowl MVP. That's crazy. NFL MVP is Joe Burrow. Coach of the Year is John Harbaugh. Offensive Player of the Year is Puka Nacua. Defensive Player of the Year is a different one. It's Xavier Collins. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Omarion Hampton. And Defensive Rookie of the Year is Nick Scorton. So let's check out our stats and our top fives. Our top five in passing yards were Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jackson Dart, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts. Our top five in touchdowns were Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Mac Jones, and Jackson Dart. Leading interceptions by far is Deshaun Watson, followed by Bryce Young, Jacoby Brissett, Tua, Stroud, Fields, Nix, and Jackson Dart. Rushing yards is led by Derrick Henry, which is crazy. Then Jonathan Taylor, followed by Saquon, Kenneth Walker, who is now on the Commanders. I don't know if we went over it, but yeah, he is a Washington Commander. And then Josh Jacobs will follow them. Our top five in yards per carry are Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson, and Kenneth Walker. Touchdowns is led by Josh Jacobs, followed by Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Omarion Hampton, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, and Tyler Algiers. Leads will both move. Jamar Chase leads NFL receiving yards, followed by Puka Nacua, Chris Olave, we move, Darnell Mooney, and Devontae Smith. Touchdowns is led by Puka Nacua and Devontae Smith, followed by Josh Downs, and then it's Rasheed Rice, Keon Coleman, and Jamar Chase. Sacks are led by Walker Little, Tyler Guyton, Anthony Belton, Dan Moore, Steve Avila, and Colton Miller. Everybody here is on the left side. Look at this. Oh my goodness, everybody's on the left side. This is absurd. Tackles are led by Terrell Bernard, who we moved, which is cool. Then Demetrius Knight, oh my goodness, Bengals. Then Quincy Williams, Landon Roberts, Andrew Frank. PFLs are led by Will Anderson Jr., followed by Chris Jones, Hassan Reddick, Quinn Williams, and Walter Noble. Jonathan Cooper leads with sacks, tied with TJ Watt, then followed by Josh Hines Allen and Nick Scorton, and then it's Jared Verse, Zayvon Collins, and Mike Parsons. Interceptions is led by Jalen Ramsey, then it is Dane Belton, who we moved, Ashton Davis, Devin Lloyd, who we moved, Fred Warner, Maxwell Harrison, Jalen Petrie, who we moved, Nick Bolton, Denzel Ward, and D. Winters. Deflections is led by Jaquan Brisker, who we moved, then Demetrius Knight. He had an absurd season. Wow, that is crazy. Then Diane Hanley, then Quinyon Mitchell, Zion McCollum, who we moved, and Denzel Ward. Forced fumbles is led by Jack Campbell with 7, and then it is Antoine Winfield, Denzel Ward, Tre'Davious White, Jonathan Cooper, Keyshawn Nixon, Jamel Dean, and Aziz Al-Shaair. Block kicks, we have 2 out of Walter Nolan, and then 1 out of Josh Sweat, Nick Benito, who we moved, Andrew Van Ginkel, Quan Martin, Minka, TJ Watt, Javon Holland, Christian Wilkins, Cedric Gray, Jonathan Grenard, Malik Hooker, Boye Mafe, who we moved, Eric Armstead, Cole Holcomb, Blake Cashman, and Kirby Joseph, who we moved. Safeties out of Mac Wilson, Hassan Reddick, TJ Watt, Christian Wilkins, Devin Bush, and Greg Rousseau. And then touchdowns, 2 out of Jordan Lewis, and then 1 out of Antoine Winfield, Nate Wiggins, JC Horn, Julian Love, and Ashton Davis. So that is good news for the video, everybody. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. This took a really long time because I've been recording for like 3 hours. And also it took me about 2 hours to make this, and I have to edit it and make the thumbnail and all that. Just saying, it takes a long time. So please show me support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And tell me what draft class